Hello YouTube friends and family. The leg. So we're gonna have to use your torch. Hello, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since we've done a video, a fair few weeks. And today I'm doing one on this Disco TD5. My dad's car has got a problem with water ingress into the footwells like so many of them have. Over the years we've stopped it from different places. Today we're going to show you where this new leak's coming from, and it might help a lot of you out because everybody says sunroofs, alpine windows, the roof bars, and we think we found where this one's coming from because we don't think it's coming from that high. So we'll show you now where it's coming from, and hopefully it'll help you solve your. Right, so to fix this problem, we're going to have to take the bonnets off, and we'll get the bonnet off and then I'll show you where we think it's coming from. We'll demonstrate what we think's happening, and we'll show you inside as well where the carpet's wet and where we can see it coming from on the inside. Then you can check your own car if you've got water ingress into the footwell. This is mostly for the passenger footwell really. If you're just getting it in the passenger footwell, not both footwells. If it's both footwells, it may be coming from somewhere else. So we'll get on. So the first thing we've got to do is take off the bonnet, which is these two there, and there's two over there. Two people to get these off because that lasted long. Oh, it's still on. It's just terrible. No, it's gone. Two people to get this bonnet off because it's pretty heavy. So undo your little pipe for the water jets there, just pulls off, and then undo your bolts, and we'll get the bonnet. So we have took the window wipers off here because what we wanted to do is remove this plastic piece. To take the window wipers off, you've got a couple of little screws that go through the actual window wiper arm. They're quite difficult to get out, the Phillips heads. So them come out and the window wipers just pull off. You don't need anything to remove the window wipers other than a little pry bar. And then you've got these washers that are on there as well. So there's a seal, a washer and a nut. And then you can just pull the window wipers off. We'll now show you what we think the issue is. So now we've got the bonnet off, we can take this cowling thing off, and there's a seal that runs along the top of this which is knocking about somewhere. So that seal would normally sit on top of this here, and then that's pushed up against the windscreen. Now this windscreen has been replaced in the past, and when that was getting it out, because they don't take the bonnet off, they snapped the corners of this. So now this doesn't press onto the windscreen like it normally would, does it? It's got no pressure against the windscreen, and it's quite an old seal, so it's a bit more rigid than you'd expect, but that should be pressing along this line there, and you can see it's doing nothing from the dirt below the screen line there. It's absolutely filthy. So that seal is stopping nothing. Now, we've never thought that seal really did anything, so it never really worried us when we was looking for leaks. But we have noticed on this that right here is the heater intake that sucks the air into your heater and then distributes it through the car, warms it up and distributes it. And the issue is, we believe that the rain, this only happens really in heavy downpours, and because where it's parked, the drive is on a slant, so the front of the car is always facing down, and we think the water is hammering off the roof over the windscreen, and it comes down. That seal's doing nothing at all, and you can actually see the seals, it's a little bit cleaner in this area. So we think what's happening is it's coming down here and just going straight into there. And then on the inside of the car, under here, let me see if we can put a light on this thing on. So inside here you can see that we've pulled all this back and the carpet is absolutely soaked. You can actually wring the water out of it. And what we found is it was dripping off the bottom of this, which is the heater fan. So it's coming off the bottom of there. So it made sense that it was something to do with the heater. And we could also see that just at the bottom of the heater here, the water has been dripping in this area as well, which is also wet, and then running off into the footwell and soaking it down there. So we'll do you a little demonstration, simply because it's obviously had a lot of water in there anyway, so another little 10 ml of water ain't going to make a difference, but we'll show you what's been happening. So what we think's happening is the water's coming down here. Some of it gets inside the heater and runs inside the heater and drips off the bottom. And then we've got loads of it sitting there. And if you look, there's a full gap around there. If that's running, and you can see this is all rusty, so it's obviously been getting wet and staying wet. If it's been running round this heater box, even down the bottom, oh, there's some water, even down the bottom, it could be causing a problem. So whatever seal is behind this isn't doing its job. So we're going to seal round this and seal onto the screen.
I think it's higher there. So.
Yeah, so if you just tip it on the screen, there you go. Look, so then bits coming over into the top, and then it's going all on there as well, and it's running all around this, and then going inside the car as far as we can see. So we think that's what it is. So we're going to seal round that, and we're going to seal the cowl onto the screen. Just to show you inside, look, you can see. Can you see it there? It's just dripping right off that there, and that's been rusty. There it is, little drip, look there. So it's just dripping off there. That's from the little tiny bits that have just gone inside the heat matrix, and obviously the stuff that's probably going around, that's not the matrix, the blower, probably going around the blower. But if you look closely as well, that has got rust on it, so it's obviously been getting wet. And we've got some rust at the back there, so we think that's what the problem is, and it's definitely a way in for water to get into there and soak this without it coming from up there, which is what we've just been checking. We've checked all this, we've had all this off, we've checked about all the sunroof drains, they're all good, so we knew it was coming from somewhere else. So we're going to get that done, and hopefully that will cure our leak. If you look at that there, look, the top of that heater is level with that glass, so I know it's a bit of a distance from there to there, but when this car is on a slope downwards and getting all the torrential rain on the roof, the speed that water runs down that roof, there's nothing to stop it making that distance. Even if it's a few drops here and a few drops there, it'll still fill that up and drip out the bottom.
Yeah, can you just point something else out as well? When you're driving along and the wipers are on, you've got the wipers going.
Throw us the water down there.
Forcing water down that.
Yeah.
Down the back.
It does. It pulls it all that way. Yeah. So
that ain't helping.
That ain't going to help you. If the wiper it comes this way, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do they sit that way? They do, yeah. Else it'd be off the car if you're sitting that way. Yeah, they sit that way. So he's right. When that, you mean torrential rain and the wipers are pulling the water back that way, them just pushing it past this at a bit of force, which could also throw it down there or around it, depending on how good the gasket is. We got no idea, but we think that's going to be it anyway. So we're going to put it back together. We're going to seal it, and then when it's dry in a couple of days, we can test it and we can see if it's fixed it. As you can see, the other thing that's happened is we've took the snorkel off. It's been on there many years. We need to get it off just to check that there's no issues with this A-pillar, and there wasn't. But when taking it off, snap some of the bolts off because they've been in there a long time. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to weld a plate on the back of there. We're going to weld all these holes up, you can see there. And then we're going to fill it, sand it and paint it so the wing is looking nice again. Got a crack in this cowl. Where is it? Yeah. Along there. You can see where when that fitted the windscreen, they broke this clip off here. That's why it's always best to probably take all this stuff off yourself before they get there, because I'm in a rush, I want to fix it quickly. So that crack, we're just going to weld there. This broken clip might also be the reason why this isn't sitting really well against the windscreen, because they sit under the actual glass of the screen and keep it pulled against it. But we am going to run a bead of silicone along it anyway to try and help it. So you can see it's been tacked there with the welder, and now put some welding rod down in. There we go. Just cut that bit off. And let's just give it a bit of its strength back. there's that bit there that's completely broken off. That's a completely separate piece. So we'll try and get that on.
The secret of this is letting it flow. They'll try and push the rod along, otherwise you just stretch it and split it.
So I missed it, but we've just done a bit of sealing around the heater box, which is under there, which you've seen, the intake. And then this cowl is held down with a couple of bolts through there, one either side. You'd think there'd be a captive nut on the end, but there's not, so you've got to get your fingers under there, put it through, get your fingers in that gap and tighten it down. We've got some big washers because obviously this has been broken in the past. And you can see without the seal on how far away this is from the windscreen, and with the seal on there's still a gap. And I think we had this problem of the crack that's been welded there, it just never sat right on the screen, which was causing the water to go in. It's just that, whatever the hell that is, then a washer, a seal, a washer and a nut that go on there. You tighten them down and it holds this back. But you can still see there's still a gap there, but you have got to get the seal along there. So we've sealed down the back, then we've pushed the rubber back on, which is now sitting well against the screen. There is some gaps down it, look, you can see there's a gap which is right by where the heater entrance is. So we're going to try and peel this back and put a bead behind there as well, just to double up on the sealant. We'll just put some down the back of the seal as well. And hopefully that will stop water getting in to the heater box. But if you like this video, please like and subscribe, please share, and keep watching.